All right, here we are in outcome 10.05. It is multiplication and factoring of polynomials. So we need to start by just reviewing some things that you did in Math 9, and we're going to look at just multiplication by a monomial. Remember that a monomial is an algebraic expression that contains only one term, so meaning there's no plus or minus signs in between the terms. So for example, I've got 2x is a monomial, negative 3y squared is a monomial, 5 is a monomial, okay? So just one term. So we're going to look first at monomials multiplied by monomials, and then monomials multiplied by polynomials. So I'm going to do tons of examples here with you. You may skip ahead if you've got it, but I'll do a few of each type. So in these first three, I have just a number multiplied by a monomial. So when we're multiplying, we multiply the numbers times the numbers. So 3 times 2 is 6. And then we just think about how many x's we have all together there. So that is going to be 6x. Here I've got negative 5 times negative 4 is 20. And m, 10 times negative 3 is negative 30. G. Okay, when I have a monomial in the front that has a letter, a variable in it, so again, I'm going to multiply the numbers times the numbers, so 3 times 2 is 6, and then what I need to do is multiply my x times my x. Well, if it's x times x, that means x squared. You may have also talked about it in grade 9 in that we have these invisible exponents of 1 here, and when I'm multiplying, I add the exponents. 1 and 1 is 2. I'm not big on memorizing exponent rules. I just think of like how many of that letter do we have. Okay, in number 5 here, so negative 5 times negative 4 is positive 20, and I have m times m, which is m squared. 10 times negative 3 is negative 30. G times g is g squared. Okay, let's look now at number 7. Same idea, monomials, but I have a little bit higher exponent values. So we still do numbers times numbers. 3 times 2 is 6. Now I have an x squared and an x cubed. So I'll go through, if you're using the power rules, you add your exponents. 2 plus 3 is 5. I tend to think of it, the way that I think of this is x squared is x times x, and x cubed is x times x times x. So in total, I have 5 x's there. So it is x to the 5, because remember that an exponent is just a quick way of writing repeated multiplication. In number 8 here, so negative 5 times negative 4 is 20. I have a 4 here. I have 4 m's, and another m is m to the 5. This is another reason why I don't love that adding the exponent rules, because lots of people will forget that on this second term m here, there is an exponent of 1, and they'll get that wrong, but you need to add in that extra 1. 10 times negative 3 is negative 30, g to the 8. Okay, we can also multiply a monomial by a polynomial. So if I want to multiply into the bracket, I have to distribute. Okay, so 3 times 2 is 6x plus 3 times 1 is 3. Careful of your signs here. Negative 5 times negative 4 is positive 20m. Negative 5 times negative 3 is positive 15. 10 times 3g is 30g, and 10 times 7 is 70. Same thing down here, 3x times 2x, so just be careful, so 6x squared, and 3x minus 3 is, 3x times negative 1 is negative 3x. Negative 5m times negative 4m will be positive 20m squared. Negative 5 times negative 5 is positive 25m. And my last guy here, 10g times 3g is 30 g squared, and 10g times negative 8 is negative 80g. Okay, so I've given you tons of examples there. If you just kind of continue on down here, I've got a whole bunch where you can practice. Super important that you do all of these practice questions. We're going to do tons of work with polynomials in this outcome, and the more you have these basic skills down, the more successful you'll be. So do them all. The answers are at the bottom.